Hey Taurus, welcome to Germinate Tarot. I am coming off of a family funeral, so that's why I'm just going to do from now to the end of June, because life is like, you know what? You ain't seen nothing yet, hold my beer. So I want to make sure we get this month closed out. So we're going to do Gypsy Witch for Taurus, June 15th to the end of June. 1, 2, 3. All right. Here we go. All right, Taurus. Okay. All right. So it looks like until the end of June, things are going to kind of be going, I think, pretty well, because you have Clover, Wine, Bride, and then Little Cupid, which is about love and emotion. So with the Clover, that's kind of my short-term Wheel of Fortune card. That is where things are kind of lining up and going in your favor. Maybe this is going to be a really social time with the Wine, but whatever it is, I think it's going to be turning in your favor, where it's the little stuff that you're just like, no, that makes me happy. It's like, I want to see, it's silly stuff. Like you turn on the TV and it turns out your favorite movie's on, or you're like, oh, I haven't seen that in a while. Let me just sit down and relax. Like it's just, and you have a little time to indulge with this Wine and just kind of like do the things that you want to do. Because the Bride is about what you want, but more of like a material world situation. The Star is more like mental, emotional, and everything. But whatever this is, I think is going to be pretty fulfilling, because you have Little Cupid. So it's like you just have this, I'm getting warm fuzzies, just mad warm fuzzies for Taurus. And that's awesome. I would love to be Taurus. So we have the Bride. So what is the Bride about? Just to see. Okay, so here's the Stork, the Snake, and the Rose. And the Stork is about things are kind of changing and moving and grooving, but it's for the better, because storks migrate. Then you have the Snake, which some people could think that's, you know, it's about sneaky and stuff, but it also could be sexy time. So maybe, you know, you are getting some action. You know, I'm not going to fault you if you are. But it's also about maybe there's a little defensiveness, because it's like, wait, things are going too well. It's like that waiting for the other shoe to drop. Like you almost don't trust it. And with the Rose, it's like an opening up and accepting, like, no, this is nice, and I deserve nice. So we're going on to the Cupid. Okay. So here's, get back here. I mean, the cards are just jumping. I haven't used them in a little bit, and that's why they're like, pay attention to me. We have the Lady, which is about, you know, it's a person. I call this like a no shit card. So this is either Taurus or somebody Taurus is dealing with. But you got, remember how I said the Star card? Ta-da! There it is. There's the whole, you know, the more emotional, mental, spiritual side of things. It's like everything is just, the tides are turning in your direction. I'm going to pull just one on this, this Wine, just to make sure, not like 80 of them, just one. Okay, there's the Whip card. This is my other sexy time card. So somebody is either on your jock, like on your jock, or you are seriously sweating somebody, and it's going to pan out in particular ways. Just saying. Yeah, but the Whip is my definitive sexy time card. The Snake is my, it might be sexy time card. Or you're just really getting everything into shape. If you're not out, you know, getting busy. The Whip's about discipline and really having your act together. So I think that is going to be good forward motion. So now we're going to do Rider Waite. I felt like going ye old tried and true with the Rider Waite. So we're doing Taurus, 15th to the end of June. Yeah, I really feel like somebody is like up in your business, but in a good way. In a good way. Taurus. Okay. Let's focus. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Bottom deck, we have strength. So, maybe you do need to be a little firm, like with the whip, it's whipping stuff into shape. Because then we have the sun. So I want to point out we have strength and the sun. Emphasis on both of those being Leo cards. I'm just pointing that out. So maybe something happens in August. Maybe this is all kind of leading up to a time frame in August. I know that's skipping over July completely, but it's just interesting that both Leo cards popped at the same time. But it's like I get with the sun, it's just like a dawning. It's like, you're strong, you're moving forward, you got a lot going on. And that is pretty awesome. Because why were you in your head? Why were you kind of pulling back? I think you had some kind of decision that was weighing on you. Let's pull that. Yeah, so there was something that was sticking in your craw and you really were on the fence about it. Maybe a Virgo was giving you issues with this hermit business, but it was like you really pulled inside and you did a lot of thinking. And this was a super retrospective time for people, and coming up with this solstice thing, I think it's going to totally rebalance out, which is going to be awesome. Yeah, so the Ten of Swords is you're done. Whatever this inside thinking thing is, that's by the wayside, because here you have the Two of Pentacles. You've decided you're going to pick one or the other. You're going to go with it. And the Page of Wands is this nice, creative, new beginning that it's either someone could be communicating with you. It's a fire sign as well. There's earth. There's more earth. And then here's some air action. But I'm getting more of the fire part. Or, there's the creativity, there's the communication. What else are we doing? So there's justice. Yeah. So not only are you balancing this scale, these scales are getting balanced. Four of Wands. Yeah. So whatever is being, or maybe this is Libra. So maybe you do have some air action kicking up too. But whatever communication and stuff, there's the Four of Wands. That's stability. That's creativity. Back to this guy. It's just a nice stable thing because you have all four corners and it's celebration. It's moving forward. So what's this decision? 8 of Cups. That's about being able to walk away, being like, nope, moving on, which is what I think, maybe I wanted to say this with the Hermit. You're holding the light up. It's like Motel 6 will leave the light on for you and they never showed the hell up. Like no one checked in. And it left you being like, what the hell? Like, I was putting all this out there. I'm getting over it. I made my decision. I'm moving on. And then once you clear that path, it's like all this other stuff can come in. All the good stuff can come in. Oh, hi, what's this? 9 of Cups on top of 8 of Cups. Yeah, you just leveled up like in 2 seconds. It felt like forever, but literally in this spread, it's like, boom, guess what? You get what you want. Remember this whole business back here with the heart and, the star and everything? Yeah, you get what you want. What is this 10 about? Oh, the Chariot. Yeah. There was not moving ahead. Or you do get over this in the time of Cancer, which is coming up in July. So remember, I was like, oh, it skips over July. Well, there's July. So it might take a little bit, and this is reading for a much longer time frame than just the 2 weeks. But, I think the payoff is in August. This is now. This is like you trying to be like, no, we're not doing this. And there's the Queen of Cups. There's the emotions and stuff that are, full of stuff. Oh, hi, Moth. How are you? And then there's the 8 of Pentacles with the working it out. Yeah, so I think this is going to be super good. So what was that about? Queen of Pentacles. Yeah. So that's a Virgo. This is an earth sign. I don't know if you were maybe dealing with one, or if you are literally an earth sign, Taurus. Yeah, but there was like the emotions needed to come together. Everything's kind of like baking a cake. You have all the ingredients, but until you bake it, it's not really a cake, right? I think you're cooking now, and it's going to happen. So wish fulfillment, stable, creative beginnings. You have the Star, you had the Bride, you have the Nine of Cups. Good stuff. So moving on to crystal deck real quick. Give me something. Here we go. Atacamite, which is self-motivation, cleansing, and enthusiasm. Yeah, so it's time to add some energy and drive to achieving your dreams. How can you bring forward a sense of enthusiasm and expansiveness into your purpose? Well, that's what I think you're working on now, because you're clearing out the old and blah. Remember I said there's something, I feel like there's something really creative kicking up with you. And if I'm hitting on something, like, let me know, like, comment, email, something, because I'd be curious to hear about it. So, Atacamite, baby. That's what we got. So, Taurus, you're looking aces. And we're trying to cook up something for the solstice. So, we'll see how that works. But until then, you be well.